So as I Okay, so now that I've got all of the stanchions in place, I'm going to make the clamping frame to hold the deck beams. The stanchions are made out of English oak, and I got the English oak from an old wardrobe. This is what it looks like before it's milled. So this is beautiful old English oak, and I'm going to make the clamping frames out of Tasmanian oak, which is another good light timber. So off to the hardware and I'll get some Tasmanian oak. I'm not quite sure what these pieces are called, but when I come up to the bow I'm having to make each one individually to follow the shape of the hull, and I just do that on the belt sander. Not too much trouble. So far I've put the clamping frame roughly into place with clothes pegs, and now I'm making the deck beams, and I'll show you how I do that. First I take a fairly accurate measurement of the length of the frame to be put in. This one's exactly 51 centimetres. First I measure the exact length of the frame. Then I take my pattern, which I've made, and I just transfer it to the stock. There we go. There's the basic pattern of the frame that I want. Now I just cut it. It doesn't need to be too accurate at the moment, because I'll go through and sand everything and just make sure it's all correct. Okay, so I've made my little slots in there for the clamping frame to go in. Now I'll just take that and do a rough sizing just to make sure that it's correct. You can do it with a little bit of a trim, so I'll just give it a quick trim. That should do it. And bingo. Now what I'll do is I will cut the camber into the deck beam. All boats have a slight camber to their decks so that water will run off when it gets wet. So I'll roughly cut that out. That's the next process. There's nothing deadly accurate at this stage because I'm just cutting them out roughly. Later on I'll go through and smooth them up with a plane, but I'm just basically cutting away the excess stock. There you go, one roughly shaped deck beam. And in she goes. There we go. I've numbered all the stanchions, and as I put in a new frame, I number it accordingly so we don't get any confusion. And there we go. I just keep on taking those deck beams back. I'm going to make a space below where the wheelhouse is, so I'm only going to need quarter frames for that. I'll run a couple of timbers down and then deck beams at the back. This is going to be a hatch, so once again I'm going to run timbers down here and put in little quarter frames and save that for a hatch. That'll be removable so I can put ballast in when I need to and take it out for transport. I'll continue the framing on all the way up to the bow, and the framing will be done. Then I go through and fine sand it and make it absolutely smooth, and then the deck planks, which is a whole new story.